What's up, YouTube? This is Dragon, and I'm bringing you a rotation battle. I've never done a rotation battle on this channel, and I want to showcase this one because this really needs to be shown. It was beautiful in every respect, and oh my goodness, my opponent, he was serious. Look, you just have to see the battle for yourself. Now, my opponent really has a preference for rotation battles, and when you see the Pokemon that he sends out, you'll understand exactly why. I mean, if he could do rotation battles primarily, he definitely would. So, I started with Gliscor, Moongus, and Greninja. He starts off with Grumpig, Reunculus, and, well, basically Mega Aggron. Now, in this case, I just lay out a Spore so that I could get somebody to sleep at first. I know that his team looks very slow, and even though my Moongus is slow, I felt very confident that I'd be able to put something to sleep. Now I do something a little bit iffy, and I think around this time I go for U-turn. I wasn't sure whether he'd go to Mega Aggron or not, but I knew that he knows my Greninja because he knows me personally, so he knows that I would have most likely gone for U-turn, as I do now. So he makes a very good prediction and goes up to his Mega Aggron, and in essence I already have a Pokemon that's asleep, so he doesn't have to really worry about that. And if I were to use any physical attack, he wouldn't care either because Mega Aggron is a freaking beast. So he Mega evolved right in front of my face. So he heavy slams my Quagsire because, well, I didn't want to switch in any other Pokemon for what I pretty much kind of knew was coming. So now at this point, I was like, okay, what's he gonna do? So I just Sludge Bomb him, and I knew he wasn't gonna keep his Mega Aggron out there because he was fearing the Scald most likely. So I just Sludge Bomb, not really Giga Drain. Giga Drain actually, in a sense, well, see, I didn't Giga Drain because I knew he was gonna switch over, and Sludge Bomb does just a little bit more damage, and it has a chance to poison the opponent. And since his other Pokemon's asleep, well, obviously I wouldn't be able to put two Pokemon to sleep. So he uses Trick Room, and now things get a little bit dicey because Trick Room, if you don't know, it reverses the entire speed stats of the Pokemon relative to their state. So a very fast Pokemon becomes super slow Pokemon becomes super fast. So now this is what I did not want to do. I wanted to Toxic that Grumpig, but instead I Toxiced his Reunculus, and I wanted to put his Reunculus to sleep, and I was debating whether or not he would predict me to do it. So I thought, okay, maybe he would send out his Grumpig and use Magic Coat. Yes, that's right, I said Magic Coat. I'm telling you, he is a rotation battle extraordinaire. So now he uses his Psyshock, and as you saw earlier, he used Future Sight. And now what Future Sight really does in rotation battles, it forces your opponent to really be in precarious situations. So see, like I couldn't really leave my Quagsire out to take the Future Sight. Even if I use Protect, in this generation, Future Sight, I believe it has either a chance to penetrate Protect, or it just completely bypasses it altogether. So I really had no choice but to just absorb the Future Sight, and it forces me to switch into a Pokemon that I know would be able to take it. So now he sets up his Reflect, and I'm wondering, okay, well, he knows I have a lot of physical attackers on my team, so he's obviously going to do that. So now the dimensions return to normal, and now I'm back in the advantage. And this, again, yes, I felt it was obvious, but I was predicting whether he would feel that I was going to make the obvious play or not, or not make the obvious play, and then try to send out another Pokemon predicting that I would anticipate him doing that and then just Waterfall or do something different. But he predicted, I guess, he predicted my prediction of me predicting that he wouldn't predict. Yeah. So he Earthquakes my incoming Pokemon, and I was actually kind of worried whether he would do a Heavy Slam or not because, well, I mean, I didn't want my ability to be Heavy Slam. So now he uses Snatch because he felt that I was going to use Recover. So instead of Recover, I just went straight for the Scald, and I forgot that he had Snatch on his Reunculus. Now you're probably like, what? Snatch on Reunculus? Why? I'm telling you, this is a rotation battle. Rotation battles have very different and unique techniques. Don't doubt this man. You would be destroyed. Do not doubt him. So he sets up another Trick Room, and at this point I really wanted my Greninja, but I mean, I can't because it's rotation battle, and you can't just switch in you can't just switch in with whatever Pokemon you want. In order to switch, you would have to switch into a Pokemon and then attack and then switch into the Pokemon that you want. So in this case, I really wanted Greninja out, so I was kind of, in a sense, forced to switch over directly from my Blissey into my Greninja. And at this point, I was kind of predicting, okay, am I gonna do the obvious play again, or not really the obvious play? I don't know. But instead, I went for the Scald, just so that I can at least potentially burn somebody on his team, or do some decent damage at the very least. I wanted to do something to be able to do some damage, because, I mean, as you can see, his Pokemon are very, very, like, how do I even put it? They're just so synergistic. They're beautiful. They're amazing. So he uses the Power Gem, and I'm like, okay, why would he do that? Not necessarily sure what his motive was for that. But finally, I get off a U-turn. I was really debating. Well, I was just like looking at him. I was like, okay, he's probably expecting me to do the U-turn, but he may think that I'm not going to do the U-turn because I've been doing U-turn consistently for all this time. So how obvious would it be to just do it again? But I actually did it again. I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care. I just said, no, I don't care. I'm just going to do it. And I got away with it, I suppose. So now I take the Future Sight attack, because that was the one thing I was worried about, that Future Sight, because again, it was forcing me to go into Blissey anyway, which is kind of ironic because that kind of makes it obvious that I would probably do a U-turn, you know? I don't know. But he uses Side Shock, and now I scored his Reunculus, and in your mind, you're probably wondering, okay, this Reunculus is eventually going to recover. Now, his Reunculus doesn't have recover. It's a very complex reason why. He explained it to me. I can't really put words to it, but it's a valid reason. So now he sends out his Malamar, and he superpowers my Blissey. I S-tosses Malamar in retaliation. Basically, my Blissey is gonna be dead pretty soon because Malamar now got a +1 on attack and defense because of his contrary ability. So now I recover because I wasn't really, well, not really anything. I just needed to recover. I mean, I needed something to be able to take on the rest of his Pokemon here. So he uses Side Shock on me because, well, Side Shock would hit my physical side of Blissey and Reunculus. It would hit most of my team. So I was able to just absorb that with my physically defensive Quagsire. Didn't worry too much about that, and I knew that I had to at least try out something different because yes, I did have Unaware Quagsire, and Unaware Quagsire is going to be a real key Pokemon in this game, especially because of Contrary Malamar. Because, I mean, if I didn't have Unaware Quagsire, this battle could have really went different. And you're going to see a lot of things, like right here, this is when I was motivated to always, at all times, you get the best bred Pokemon. You see, if I didn't breed my Greninja properly, I wouldn't have had that 1 health point, and you're going to see later in this battle that 1 health point actually caused me to, well, I'm not going to tell you the results of the battle, but I'm going to tell you that it is so important how that one health point, that one modicum of life allowed me to live. It's just, oh my goodness. So now I'm just trying to feel him out at this point, because in a sense we're trying to both feel each other out. We don't really know what we're gonna do. I mean, we all have 3 different Pokemon, 3 different certain unique strategies, and we don't know exactly what we can. Oh, right here, that flinch. You're like, oh, that's hacks, whatever. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's hacks, but it really made a difference. Like, he probably could have killed my Greninja. And oh, also, this is my Unaware Jingle. So that superpower still didn't do much, and the boost that Malamar is getting isn't really doing anything as far as it affecting me negatively, because I have 2 Unaware Pokemon. So I mean, I don't even feel it. So now he Side Shocks my Clefable, and it does a lot of damage because, well, Clefable is my max health points, max special defense Clefable. So that Side Shock did significant portions of damage. Now, he probably thought I was going to either switch back into my Quagsire and I think use Recover, so he was getting ready to snatch my Recover, but I retaliated with the Flamethrower because I just wanted to kill him. I did not want to see that Pokemon again. So now I go into my what's that? What's the name of his Pokemon? Amoonguss, yes, Amoonguss. And luckily lived the retaliation. I honestly don't even know how I lived that. I mean, Amoonguss has no unaware ability, and I mean, my Amoonguss is very defensive, so I guess it gives it some sort of credence, but luckily I'm able to put it to sleep, and it does make a significant difference with this Pokemon being asleep. But now, unfortunately and sadly, my Amoonguss bites to dust is dead, and now I send out my 1 health point Greninja. Yes, that 1 health point Greninja. He was looking at this Greninja, and I could see that, you know, when somebody tries to hide their rage, yes, I could see it in his face. He was so upset, but he hit it pretty well. I mean, I would have been upset too, man. Like, this 1 health point Greninja trolling my whole team. Go away, man. Go away. So now I'm able to get off my recover, and as you can see, he uses Sludge Wave again, and you're probably wondering, okay, why is he using Sludge Wave? Well, Sludge Wave, it would either kill my Greninja, do super effective damage on my Clefairy, or poison my Quagsire. So in either situation, it would do pretty well as far as the logistics of how to kill my team would be considered. So now I have another layer of stockpile. Now I'm +2/+2 on defense and special defense, and at this point, I'm just like, okay, I need to kill this Malamar because I don't know what I'm going to really be able to do against it. Now, in case you're not aware, Malamar has an ability called Topsy-Turvy. So, basically, what that means is my defense and special defense that I've been building up for this whole battle, he could turn it against me. That means instead of +2/+2, +2/+2, I would have -2/-2. So, oh my goodness, if that Pokemon wakes up, it is all over. So he tries to Sludge Wave me again to poison my Quagsire at the very least, and I'm getting off some Scalds in potential to try to potentially burn him, and on top of that, I'm also trying to kill his Mega Aggron, because that Mega Aggron is still very annoying and frustrating. So I use my final U-turn, in a way kind of like a final gambit, and let's see, I'm able to, bam, kill him. No, not at all, not kill him. What? No, I didn't kill him at all. What's wrong with me? So now he uses Dark Pulse, and he's able to kill off my Greninja. And that 1 health point Greninja trolling his team all day long. My goodness. I'm telling you, it's important to breed your Pokemon correctly, because if I didn't breed it so that it could have perfect defense and health points, who knows, this battle could have went differently. So now I do a semi-risky play because I use Toxic, and I didn't know if he was going to either switch back into his Malamar to try to get off some sleep turns, or switch into his Guardian for whatever reason. So now I Toxic his Chloritza, and at this point he's kind of just like, okay, look, I just have these 2 Pokemon left and I just need to kill them and get it over with. So now he's really trying to topsy-turvy me so that I could really be in a horrible situation, but unfortunately he fell asleep throughout the whole situation and he died. I mean, my goodness. I mean, there's a lot of luck in this battle, to be honest with you. I feel pretty lucky throughout this whole battle because there's so many situations in where if just a few things went differently, it could have had an entirely different outcome. So now he sends in his Houndoom, and I scald it just because, well, you know, I really have nothing else to do. I mean, what am I going to send Clefable out and flamethrower it so it can absorb the fire and then just like have double firepower? I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. So he uses Dragon Pulse, and if you're wondering why he's using Dragon Pulse, I mean, at this point he's kind of just like, alright, this Quagsire, he's just trolling me. I mean, I can't really do nothing about it, so he's just like, you know, screw it. Let me just like do some damage calculations to see like how much something would do or something. So his Clawitzer is pretty much about to die, and now he uses Taunt just because he knows I'm going to use Recover, and he's like, ha ha ha, you see, I know you. I could read your mind. But yeah, I mean, it was just, you know, for the lulz, whatever. And now he uses another Dragon Pulse, and it's funny because he knows I'm not going to switch over to my Clefable, because, I mean, I'm just not going to. Like, Quagsire is going to just, like, hold down the fort for the rest of this battle. I mean, yo, Quagsire, man. Unaware Quagsire is a freaking beast. You know, unless it gets topsy-turvy, then, you know, that is just, like, you know, Quagsire's death. So Clarissa finally dies, and now all I have to do is scald this Guardian a few times. I mean, well, one more time. And he does a not very effective heavy slam. And I retaliate with the Scald, and that's pretty much it for the Mega Aggron. And then he sends out his last Pokemon. Well, I mean, it's already out, so he then turns over to his last Pokemon, which is his Houndoom. And let's see. Oh yeah, the taunt wears off, and I Scald him. Right before the Scald, of course, the Dark Pulse comes out, because Houndoom is much more quicker than Quagsire, and the Scald comes, and I'm still alive. And, you know, in hindsight, I'm just thinking, what if my Quagsire died at that point? Like, would my Clefairy would have been able to kill it? I mean, I could have Toxiced it and whatnot, but hey, you know, Clefairy is Clefairy. Anyway, that was an awesome battle, and I'm glad that I was able to get a rotation battle, because rotation battles are kind of rare. And what really is rare is to find really good rotation battlers, because, I mean, people usually develop teams for single battles and whatnot, but it's hard to develop a team that's very specifically designed for rotation battles. And I was really happy to be able to battle him so that I could, like, showcase. I want to showcase good battlers. I love really good battles, and I was glad I was able to do this. Well, if you enjoyed that, there will be many Wi-Fi battles to come in the very near future, and I will see you in the next Wi-Fi battle. Well, see ya.